It is great to have you back here at Coin Lady channel. The director of Ripple responds to news that JP Morgan has made a significant investment in XRP, according to headlines from crypto basic analysts. I don't understand what's going on. Just so we're clear, I'm not going to pretend that this isn't happening. If you think that Wall Street firms will want your XRP at some point, I respectfully disagree. Adoption is only going to continue, and Wall Street is now seeing itself as a piece of Bitcoin. By the way, if you're interested, my last video was discussing just this topic. It's possible that the approval of a spot XRP ETF would be the first form in which it happens. Reason being, Charles Gasparino asked BlackRock CEO Larry Fink a question during a live televised interview on Fox Business. By the way, have you heard about BlackRock's upcoming introduction of an XRP ETF? But I'm getting off topic. Allow me to tell you something. Additionally, I've observed a slight uptick in pessimism as of late. As I would hate to see any of you down, I propose we begin by discussing some encouraging bull cases. But before I go any further, I should clarify that I am not financially supported in any way. My counsel has nothing to do with money. Furthermore, you ought not to make any financial transactions based on my recommendations, will we? As a pastime and for fun, I enjoy making films on YouTube regarding crypto-related subjects. I'm just an enthusiast. Also, I'll make a note of the fact that Adam is here when I record this. The price of XRP is approaching 58 cents per door, while Bitcoin is just around $43,000. However, I would like to share with you the viewpoints of credible crypto chart analysts, as the price of Bitcoin has remained relatively stable, if not slightly higher, throughout most of the information I will be sharing with you. I have a series of posts and opinions from credible crypto, but they will unfold over time, and we will read them in chronological order. Additionally, I felt compelled to mention that Bitcoin's price has hardly changed throughout the time he was publishing these posts. This post is the first one. It's simply a Bitcoin price chart. This was shared by him at 11:40 a.m., less than 24 hours ago. He penned the following yesterday, close to reaching my downward objective. The chart animals and credible crypto community are certain that Bitcoin will reach a new all-time high soon. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up to $47,000 and beyond. I can guarantee you that this market cycle will continue. Despite his belief to the contrary, we are currently at an all-time high, with Bitcoin reaching a high of about $49,000 only the other day. The king still has more in store, he claims. Plus, he has been making his argument for a while now. He also thinks we've reached the point when this thing will start to climb again. There are a lot of people who are upset that the ETF didn't produce a major boom, but I never expected it to be this intriguing. I didn't anticipate that it would serve as a trigger for the market to go up. However, I was hoping for more of a sell the news vibe. To get back on track, that was at 11:40 a.m. yesterday. This post was made at 3:18 p.m. In addition, he penned the following. We saw a Bitcoin here, and it seems like most of the requests have been filled or pulled by now. At the same time, bids as low as $40,000 are still active. The recent strength of the bid/support level has surpassed that of the ask/resistance level. Our local bottom is currently in or very near in, and this lends credence to my theory. We believe we are close to that location. There shouldn't be any pushback from $47,000 if the local bottom is really in, as someone asked right after you said that. However, reputable crypto addressed the guy's concerns and promised to update the situation shortly. He also mentioned the possibility of consolidation above $47,000 and emphasized that there would be no severe rejection. Sure, but we might have to go sideways for a few days before we take off. For years, he has held the clear belief that we are in this extended cycle on NT. There will be an upward trend in this. Also, the following leg, according to him, is on the way. Next, at 4:50:55 p.m. yesterday, there was this post. It was simply another Bitcoin price chart, and he mentioned that financing had reset to neutral, premium was flat again, and that there was some open interest from levered lungs. Here is where I want to keep an eye out for a possible upward reversal. At 5:19 p.m., this is the most current one pertaining to this particular topic, so I guess it must have come. In addition, he mentioned that after we surpass $44,000, the shorts should step in and handle the remaining issues, bringing us back to $47,000 and beyond. He observes people's actions as a result. He has arrived to this conclusion by analyzing real-life exchange behavior. His ability to make correct short-term calls stems from his meticulous analysis, which is something I don't see very often. As for the true behaviors of speculators, he examines them when discussing short-term matters. He's engaging in that behavior during discussions. Lastly, there's this, which, if this is accurate, should inspire hope in you. However, an analyst by the name of Posty is present. I don't know who they are, but it's irrelevant. This Bitcoin price chart, though, he made public. Furthermore, it returns to 2018 and makes it abundantly obvious that this is the final cycle. Alright, I think this will be entertaining, he wrote. Does anyone else think Bitcoin is in a similar position to any of these? I will just describe it for those who are not able to see it on the screen. Once again, we have this Bitcoin price chart that dates all the way back to 2018. One interesting point occurred around the middle of 2019 when Bitcoin was experiencing a surge in value. It may not be immediately apparent given the enormous increase we saw in the previous market cycle, but when you examine it closely, you'll see that it was a significant increase. The truth is that I was a first-hand witness to this. Once we arrived, though, what transpired? For the foreseeable future, I say you revert to the lower setting. Consider a year as an example. You mean a lot? And didn't you notice some exciting pricing increases? I was a living witness to this. Considering that we are circling what could be deemed the center of 2019 at this point, where are we? B, perhaps? Near the end of August, which would that be? Around September? What about 2020, is it the current situation? Alternately, have we progressed a bit further? Up until the point where things began to climb even higher, yet still weren't there? Have we set sail? So, you can think of this as the Wild West in the latter half of 2020 and the early part of 2021, just before things really take off in 2021. That was, however, prior to Bitcoin's meteoric rise, which saw its value reach nearly $70,000. So, where exactly are we? Once again, he is certain that we are about to embark on a tremendous run, so I would want to hear your thoughts on this. I also want to share the answer of trustworthy cryptos with you. You can tell it's going to be a serious cryptocurrency because of the way the charts are shaping up. Based on his analysis, he predicts that what we are seeing is the most probable outcome. I don't make price forecasts, but if that's true, then I will. I never claim to know since I am not. I am unaware of any shortcuts. To be honest, I'm as intrigued by it as anyone else who is listening at the moment. This is something I'm interested in, and I find it fascinating to hear the opinions of several analysts on it before discussing it further. If he is correct, though, things are just going to get wild from here on out. The outcome will be determined by this. This post by chart analyst Michael Vander Pop offers another option. Here we have a Bitcoin dominance chart, showing the market cap of Bitcoin. In addition, he penned the following. It seems like Bitcoin's dominance peaked before the halving, and with Ethereum gaining steam, it's likely that this trend will continue. As the cryptocurrency bull market begins, this might be the climax of the dominance cycle. Listen, I don't claim to have any idea when Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high, nevertheless, I really do want it to. However, when it comes to dominance, it's true that altcoins have been soaring in value recently. So, even if Bitcoin's dominance drops and we've reached the cycle high, and who am I to say that we haven't, I just wanted to point out that this isn't necessarily a sign that Bitcoin's price will continue to fall. After all, Bitcoin can still experience price increases while altcoins continue to outperform it. In this case, Bitcoin's price could rise while altcoins prices so quickly that the only real question is, to what extent, and, as said at the beginning of the film, in the end. Again, as I mentioned before, the first way that will unfold is via an XRP ETF, but that's not the main point of the video here. Wall Street will want a piece of that sweet XRP profit. That isn't even close to the point of this article from Crypto Basic analyst claiming that JP Morgan has invested heavily in XRP Ripple, and I must confess that I was somewhat taken aback by this development. Nonetheless, I choose to broach the subject anyhow. This is the way the piece seems. An ex-Ripple director reacted angrily after Ben Armstrong, a former member of the Bitcoin crypto brand, revived unfounded rumors that JP Morgan was planning a major investment in XRP. Then, in a string of posts on Twitter, Armstrong, who is well known as an influencer in the cryptocurrency industry, made this revelation public. He said that JP Morgan had made a large investment in XRP, amassing more than 7.5 million tokens. According to Armstrong, this action by JP Morgan accounts for almost 7.5% of the bank's overall worth. Nevertheless, there is a serious error in this computation. Notably, at the current price of $4.46 million, 7.5 million XRP would place JP Morgan's fortune at $59.46 million, or 7.5% of the bank's entire wealth. The most recent numbers from a 2023 valuation put JP Morgan's total assets at $3.89 trillion, thus this is completely incorrect. Noting that JP Morgan's move shouldn't be overlooked, Armstrong discussed its importance in his disclosure. He said that JP Morgan has been quietly buying XRP, which makes the bank a big player in the cryptocurrency market. It is worth mentioning that Armstrong's accusations also brought attention to BlackRock, the biggest asset manager in the world. He stated that the asset manager is looking at adding XRP to its investment portfolio. It just got approval for its iShares Bitcoin ETF. Furthermore, Ben Armstrong brought attention to the continuing legal dispute between Ripple and the US SEC. Armstrong claims that these big institutions' daring actions, taken despite the legal restriction, show a rising confidence in the future of XRP. If there was ever an accumulation trend like this, it would suggest that influential financial players are betting on XRP, which has recently gained regulatory clarity, while the legal battles continue. Yes, folks, Wall Street will have more and more access to the crypto world. This has always been a given. I recall discussing this very thing more than 5 years ago, when it seemed completely implausible. If you think it won't happen with XRP, we have it today with Bitcoin. My polite disagreement is with you. The time will arrive. The thing is, the things that have been mentioned here are definitely not true. However, the piece goes on. Reacting to Armstrong's claims, an ex-Ripple director named Matt Hamilton has spoken out against the idea that such a purchase ever took place, and even if it did, he doubts it would have any impact given the current supply of XRP. Consequently, he performed a brief calculation in this area. So he responded by saying, "I'm assuming this is a parody account responding to Ben Armstrong," meaning that he assumed it was possible to spoof Armstrong. There are 100 billion XRP, in case you're having trouble with the maths. The result is 7.5 million, or 0.07% of 100 billion. Because of this, the maths was clearly incorrect. After all, he mentions it directly. Therefore, it is clear that the information being quoted was incorrect. It was intriguing, though, since I kept asking, where on earth did this come from? Plus, I located it. This is a website that spreads false information. It originates from crypto. One of the main reasons I wanted to make this video was to address this exact issue. Simply put, you should not trust this website and should immediately click away from it if you encounter it. If I were to use the term fake news, what I really mean is that this website publishes works of fiction. Obviously, they do it for their own cliques. So it seems like they're making progress. Somehow, I assume they're turning a profit. Strangest part is that they mix real news reports with fictional ones, making it look like the former is factual. Now you know. On November 18, 2023, BlackRock and JP Morgan bought more than 7.5 million XRP so they wouldn't have to worry about listing them on major exchanges. Regarding the reason Ben Armstrong is bringing this up just under 2 months after the fact, it is the first occurrence of the second fine. You have no idea. Unfortunately, this is not news at all. This is an illusion. You do realize that there is absolutely zero proof of this, correct? Without a doubt, it originates from the disingenuous news website. Here is the crypto alarm headline for June 30, 2023. Keep this one in mind. According to SEC sources, Gary Gensler has resigned. Cast your vote for it, it's fiction, after all. Yes, it is a work of fiction. These are the individuals putting forth these outrageous assertions. Crazy stuff is what I see from him time and time again. Furthermore, I find it bothersome because word of it does spread among XRP members. Since then, I have been making note of it to alert those who are spreading this news source to the fact. If you persist in doing it, nevertheless, I'll tell you what, I also can't trust you. Just imagine if someone got fooled because they thought it was a legitimate crypto media platform. At least that's a given. That can be forgiven with ease. I simply question those who insist on bringing this up again and time again. This has been widely debated in the XRP community, and while some people do it, that is one reason I wanted to bring it up. Take care of the XRP issues, you know. Thus, it is inevitable that I will bring it up. However, as a cautionary tale, this website is not trustworthy. And since it's getting a lot of attention and they discovered that our community is a good source of traffic, they're going to keep publishing about XRP-related items for people, specifically targeting XRP holders. These people are attempting to exploit you. Avoid the website at all costs. That's trash. All I can say is that the story itself is completely unsubstantiated, so I'm not sure why Armstrong brought it up. Do not put your money where your mouth is. I am not a financial advisor. It would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe to my channel and rate it. Catch you later, farewell.